video up now for I think 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even 4 actually, and that's because I've been doing bugger all. What's happened over the last few weeks? Well, let's start with the current thing. The French, I suppose as they do across the whole world, they seem to think that this virus has disappeared on its spaceship back up into space, yet it's actually still here. So everyone's out and doing what they want to do and not social distancing. And I was saying a little earlier that that the French seem to be sort of imagine this coronavirus is gone, but the authorities certainly haven't. Now just over there, I'm actually in the car park of Lidl at the moment, but just over there, I don't know if I can show you. If I try and zoom in, the problem is the zoom's a bit busted. If you can see right in the distance there, no, it's broken. What I'll do is I'll get out, but it's but over there is a load of gendarmes. Now that's the, for people that don't know, that's the police in France. So although certain people might be messing around a bit, I've just watched them for the last 5 minutes because I was unable to go into Lidl because I didn't have my mask. I went and bloody forgot it, so I was unable to go into Lidl. But I noticed earlier on there were some gendarmes somewhere else, and I'll film them. But just over here there are some. And I've just watched what they were doing because I thought they might be doing random breath checks, but actually they're not. What they're doing is they're just doing basically checks on whether or not people have got their masks. They're just over here, so I'll turn it around and show you, but I don't particularly want them to see me filming because they won't like that. The gendarmes are renowned for being quite strict, and they're not going to like someone filming them, but I'll try it anyway. So they are kind of, well, I'm messing around now with the camera, but to try and make it look like I'm not filming them, but that's precisely what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and they are just over there, can you see? And yeah, so that's where they are, and I also film the other ones who are no doubt they're going to be on their way over here now, I reckon. And so we're just coming up here now, show you these ones as well if they're still up here, doing these random stops. In fact, the guy coming towards us just there has just flashed his lights basically to say they are up here. So we're going up, but if my dad just drives normally he won't arouse any suspicion, but going slower than an electric scooter is certainly going to arouse suspicion. So here we're now just coming up to them, so I'm going to turn the camera around, and well, it'll be interesting if we do get stopped, or there is now one stood right in the middle of the road. So they're just up here on the left and the right. See, just before that tanker. So just going up. I think they're a little bit too busy with other people at the moment. And then yeah, they are. In fact, what was bizarre there, one of them wasn't even wearing it did look like a cat. So yeah, they aren't messing around at the moment at all. Yeah, so that was quite interesting. The gendarmes are out checking people and their masks. Luckily we didn't get stopped because, as I said, I didn't have my mask on me. But I think they're just routinely checking to see if you're out and about, do you have one on you? And they're just doing these random sort of checks. So no, it was all right. Just down here on this spot, actually, it's a really nice little bridge with the river. Show you over there. Just nice. But yeah, so I suppose going back to the beginning of the video, I haven't done bugger all. I have been working on the van, however there was a bit of a setback, which I think I've rectified now. And yeah, I think I've rectified it now, and I'm now advancing on quite quickly. I've got all the electrics in now, not finished off, but they're in, so I suppose that's something. I've got 2 lithium batteries, a 2000 watt inverter, MPPT solar charge controller, and I need to get the other bits now, but it's actually all working. It's in and working and powered off of the solar, so that's going quite well. I've actually even got the ceiling up on the van now, and I've just got the walls to do, and everything after that it's just the furniture and all the other things that you need there, really. So yeah, it's been an on and off couple of weeks, really. There's been more positive than negative. One of the really positive things was a young family came to visit. The guy was called Dom, then there was Michelle or Missy, and then their daughter, I think she was 11, Rosie. Really nice little family, and they stayed for I think it was 4 or 5 days, and I think initially they were going to maybe stay just a couple, but they're on their way down, so when they left the United Kingdom and on their way down to France, in fact when they're in France, their inverter broke. So Dom, I had a video conversation with him. Now, I'd never met these people once, actually. I'd spoken to them. I don't know, can you hear that? That's a donkey that lives just over there, the other side of the river. Makes an awful racket. It's so loud, that thing. But yeah, so their inverter broke, and they'd ordered a new one or a replacement from Paris. Hang on, I'll just let this car go past. Yeah, they'd ordered a replacement from Paris, and I spoke to Dom on the phone on a video call. I think they were near the Loire Valley, or no, they weren't. They were near Saumur, which is 2 or 3 hours away from here. And he asked if they could get this inverter sent down to my place down here, which I said was fine, because they were going to come and stay anyway, and it would meant they wouldn't have to sort of backtrack on themselves. So they stayed for, as I say, 4 or 5 days, and it was fantastic. Really lovely family, and they all seemed to enjoy it, especially Rosie. She enjoyed playing with the cats and the kittens as well, and she really enjoyed going into the chickens as well and seeing if she could find any eggs and things like that. And I think on a few days she did get some eggs. She had a little basket with her, so she got along really well, enjoyed herself. There's another car. Yeah, she got along really well, enjoyed herself, playing with the kittens. She named the kittens. I can't remember all the names, but I remember there was one called Loki that she named, and there was another one called Cloud. So that was quite nice. But there's a bit of a story about those in a bit. But the yeah, just the whole visit was really, really pleasant actually, and it was a shame to see them go because it was really nice. So I spent a lot of evenings out after we'd eaten, just chatting to Dom. We had they'd parked their van near mine, which is on a little piece of land across the road, and there's a barn there as well. So they parked their van there next to mine, and in the evenings we were just chatting away, having a few beers, really enjoying ourselves and just chatting about life, van life, and the world as it is at the moment. So it was a pleasure having them, and in fact what we did was we came up with an agreement. So what the agreement was is, well, it wasn't an agreement, it was a bet. So Dom betted me and I accepted that. Let me just let this car go past as well. Yeah, Dom made a bet with me that I wouldn't have, there's a little butterfly there that's, I think it's dead. Yeah, so Dom made a bet with me that bonjour. Yeah, he made a bet with me that I was not going to have my van finished and be able to meet up with them on the 1st of September. And I took the bet because I'm going to win it. So I will have the van finished by the 1st of September and I will go and meet them in Spain. Now, the 1st of September is just a date. So, for example, if I arrive on the 2nd of September, I've got to buy him a beer. Or if I arrive on the 3rd, I've got to buy him 2 beers, and so on and so on. But if I arrive before the 1st of September, he's got to buy me a beer for every day that I arrive before September, and I've got to buy him for every day after. So it'll be interesting to see those that have followed so far, who they think's going to win that bet. And you'd be pretty good putting your money on me. So we'll see. So yeah, it was a fantastic visit by them. Dom cooked a vegetarian or a veggie paella, which was really, really nice. And he's a vegetarian, and Michelle and Rosie are vegans. So I only found out what the difference was from them. Dom will eat certain things, maybe a few dairy products and things like that, and Michelle and Rosie, they don't eat anything. Well, no, of course they do eat stuff, they're just not going to eat anything other than plants or crops or whatever. So that was fine, and the paella was absolutely fantastic, really delicious. But it was nice to see the recipe because you could afterwards add in fish or meat or whatever you want, chicken, to it. But it was a really nice paella. And then the next day, I think it was the next day, yeah, the next day, Michelle cooked a tortilla, which I found really interesting actually. Sorry, there's another car coming past just now. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle cooked this tortilla, and all of a sudden I went into a bit of a scramble. How do you cook a tortilla without any eggs? Because they don't eat eggs either. And then she explained it. I think it was chickpea paste or something like that, I think she said. But actually, I wouldn't have known any different. I don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, I wouldn't have known any different actually. I think I knew them. Yeah, I think I knew them. Yeah, so I wouldn't have known any different actually, but because it tasted like a tortilla, and I like those. So yeah, it was really nice. Here, look, this is the other little bit of the river. Nice pretty spot, this one. with the weeping willow tree and things. So yeah, fantastic visit from those guys, and absolutely, yeah, it was just a pleasure to have them, and I'm gonna see them again soon, hopefully, when I go to collect my beers for the vet down in Spain somewhere. I touched on a little while ago about the kittens. There were 4 kittens, anyone that's followed my vlogs so far. Unfortunately now they're all gone. What happened was, one of the days that Dom, Rosie and Michelle were here, my elder niece, who originally brought the 2 cats, so the fathers and the mother, who we were told were sterilised and obviously weren't, because there was a batch of kittens come out of it. She not only did she have nothing to do with those cats and absolutely nothing to do with the kittens, she basically just turned up one day, because she's very rarely here anymore, and just basically took the kittens without informing anyone, without getting anyone's permission. So those kittens have gone, unfortunately, and for me, I was incredibly upset anyway. Very, very upset. And actually on one of the days, because she didn't just take them all in one go, she took one on one day. I think she was sort of testing out the how the land lies. She took one whilst Rosie was here, and she was quite upset by that, and it was just the manner in which she did it. And besides the kittens going, my niece is obviously showing a lot of very, very concerning traits at the moment, and you know, yeah, that's a different story. So the kittens have gone. So I'd originally wanted to have one of the kittens and take that on the van with me on my travels, with me and Prince, but now that's not going to happen. And it was something that, here comes another car, so sorry about this. Yeah, it was something that I was really looking forward to, actually, because one of the bonuses about having Dom, Michelle and Rosie at the house was they actually had, so it was the 3 of them in their van, which they've done it up like a yellow submarine. I'll put some pictures and things at the end, but a really great little van. It was a Sprinter, it is, and they've just done it up really nicely. But besides the 3 of them, they also have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Hoagie, Juan, who's a Spanish dog, Leo is a cat, and Morph is a cat. So yeah, well, their YouTube channel is called Those Weirdos, so I'll put a link to Those Weirdos in at the end of this vlog. But yeah, just a really, really nice family, and some fantastic evenings. Got bits of advice from Dom and Michelle about the van and electrics. So it was great, and I really do look forward to seeing them again, probably on the 1st of September, maybe before. So yeah, it's been ups and downs the last few weeks, and that's one of the reasons I've not done many videos, but I think things are looking more up at the moment. So I really appreciate everyone watching the videos and all the subscriptions. I will from now try and keep them out on a more let me just stop here whilst this last car goes past. Yeah, I will try and put them out more regularly as I was before. There was just a bit of a bad patch, and then there was Those Weirdos were here, and that was a really nice visit from them, actually. So I was able to actually, during a bit of a bad patch, then have a bit of a break for the best part of a week when they were here, and we enjoyed ourselves, and we had 2 meals with me and them and my family, One night we sat outside, had a barbecue. That was fantastic. Rosie cooked their one on the barbecue, and we cooked ours on our barbecue because it was we wanted to have meat on ours, so we didn't want to sort of cross-contaminate. But yeah, it was just a really nice night with the barbecue. Me and Dom managed to burn some of my dad's decking, which was nice. That'll be a bit of history that will last forever. That was us enjoying putting on the a little bit too much barbecue lighter onto each of our barbecues to get them lit. But yeah, it's been nice. I will continue on with these videos and obviously keep trying to improve on them. But yeah, it's been a great time. And if you want to carry on and follow and keep an eye out and see who wins this bet, then subscribe and keep watching. There is a lot of cars today. There was a lot of cars the other day actually. Yeah, just keep subscribing, keep following, leave some comments, let me know who do you think is going to win the bet, and hopefully I'll see you next week with some updates on the van and certainly the electrics, because there's a bit of a story behind the electrics, and I want to share that with people about the company that they were supplied by, and just how really special they were. So yeah, that will be coming up shortly, so there's still plenty more to go, but I'm gonna have to concentrate on the van at the moment to get it finished for the date so that I can be down to win the bet. Anyway, cheers for watching, it's really appreciated, and thanks a lot. See you later.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That was very hard. Go on. They'd rather go back than be caught.